My name is Brooke Markoviches. I'm the founder and CEO here at Allobee, and we are back for the third video in our series about how to make sure that you effectively onboard your clients as a freelancer and keep them happy so you can retain them and you can get referrals and make more money and save time as a freelancer. Today, we're going to talk about how to keep clients happy. It literally is probably the most important thing. And if they're not happy during onboarding, it's going to set the tone for the rest of the project or the rest of the time that you work for them. And that can be really detrimental to keeping them on as a client if they're frustrated at the very first time they're working with you. And so one thing that a lot of freelancers, especially if you're getting started as a freelancer, struggle with is how to look professional when you're first starting out, how to make sure your client is happy and getting all the support that they need. It can be overwhelming, especially if you're trying to take on a few clients at a time, all at one time and getting them started. And so we really try to take away that burden and lift that for you and make it a little bit more stress-free here at Allobee. So some ways that you can help keep your clients happy when you're onboarding them is you want to make sure that you are not only supporting them and getting the scope set and getting them getting into all of their platforms, setting the milestones, all of those things. You also want to make sure you're supporting them in any other way within their business. So maybe you get in and you've brought them on and you find out that they really need to hire somebody else as a technical assistant or they need a web designer. Helping them to figure out exactly what they need and what scope that would look like, and then finding another freelancer for them is super helpful because you just saved them a ton of time. Someone that knows their business is already helping to support them. And an easy way to do this and to find somebody for them is to just refer them to Allobee. And maybe you're a web designer, but they need a copywriter, or maybe you're a virtual assistant, but they need a technical assistant. You can get $100 as every time that you refer a client into Allobee, and then you can help make that client happy because you filled another need for them. And so that's one thing that can really help to support a client and keep them happy. Also, you can suggest short jobs. So maybe you are fulfilling a lot of things for them as a virtual assistant, but they need a little help with marketing. But they're not ready to take that full dive in. You can encourage them to go into their dashboard at Allobee, or if you're not working on Allobee, encourage them to try it out and submit a quick job to have at Allobee. They just fill out a quick form in their dashboard and they can set the price and the scope and all of that and submit it to our on-demand jobs with our fully vetted workforce. So it's a great way for them to have another way to hire a freelancer and get more support in their business if you don't provide that. The other thing is figure it out yourself and offer that service to your client. Upsell yourself and keep them happy by fulfilling a need, but also get some extra money yourself. I think that's a great way for you to try out new skills. The other thing that's really important to keep those clients happy is to make sure that you are documenting your work and communicating consistently. We'll talk about that a little bit more in the next video, but it's really important that you look professional to them, that you're staying in communication with them, and that you're providing them documentation about how the work is going. I think that it's also really important to make sure that they feel supported. I know that it can feel overwhelming to do all of this, but just by checking in or making sure they have the resources, making sure you're checking in on scope, that can really help to keep your clients happy. The other thing that I always encourage is try to figure out, what's going to be your special thing that you're going to provide for your clients. Are you going to send them a handwritten card after their first month or when they sign up? You're going to send them a gift maybe after they've hit 3 months with you. Establish a customer journey of how you're going to take care of that client and keep them happy and satisfied, because everyone appreciates that. And anytime that you're able to receive those gifts, they're going to think about you, remember you, and refer you for the future. And that's really important. So I hope that you learned a little bit about how you can keep your clients happy. We would love to help support you with that at Allobee. One of the great things at Allobee is that there's a whole platform that the client is able to log in, get their weekly reports, ask questions, get more outsourcing done. It's a really seamless way for the client to interact, as well as they have the support of our team right there at their fingertips. And so if you're looking to make sure that you're keeping your clients happy, Allobee is a great way to do that. I look forward to sharing more in our next video of this series, where I'm going to talk about the importance of consistent communication and productivity to ensure that the onboarding of your client is successful and that you continue to get those referrals and keeping that client over and over again. I look forward to sharing that in the next video.